Hello, Richie. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thanks. You're celebrating the 10th anniversary of your label Minus this year. When you started it 10 years ago, what was the idea behind it?
Actually, the idea and the reason calling it Minus was a reaction against my first label called Plus 8. It was an idea to minimize and subtract the whole business structure and the whole artist structure and get back down to very basic music, very minimalistic, and also a very business, smaller company in a way. It was really the furthest thing from my idea was to have this crazy thing that we have now. And that's not a complaint. It's actually, I think that's why it works so well now, is because we didn't plan it to become this big. And it's grown very naturally.
This year you announced the Contact events. Does that mean you're all jamming together on stage?
Yeah, the Contact events are our way of experimenting with, in our view, a next generation type of concert performance. Where not only are all the people, all the artists performing and jamming together over 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, but we're using a lot of wireless and Bluetooth and telecommunication technology to allow the people at the venue, like the audience, to tap into the show, to help interact with visuals, to receive information from us as we're performing, and even to kind of have a behind the stage view. And that for us is how we kind of look at where technology can take us in the next couple of years, kind of taking away the gap between artists performing together and also trying to take away or make the gap between audience and artists smaller than ever before.
Did it result out of the Narodniki performances?
Yeah, Narodniki was definitely an inspiration because I thought there was a lot of possibilities jamming together with people. What we've done with this, we've changed it a little bit because we have DJs and live acts performing together, and again, the big step for us is the interaction between us together to the audience and also to Ali and Matthias. We have a light guy and Ali does all the visuals. So it's really like a full experience. Probably it's a little bit more of a show than Narodniki.
You also introduced the cube. What is it exactly? What does the cube?
Yeah, well, the cube is really a physical a physical form to try to explain some of the technologies that we're using to bring people closer together. A cube is something you can walk up to and you can identify yourself. But the cube is also running the wireless networks that allow you to connect closer to us and to participate in the whole Contact network and experience. So, we thought, just saying having a network or this and that was a little bit like, it sounds great, but there's nothing to see. And we really wanted something where people would have to kind of take their time, come up, and interact with that object. So that's part of it. That's part of it without giving everything away.
There was a little bit of mockery because of the Star Trek kind of suits you were wearing on the website. Do you regret that now?
Not at all. No, I think actually it's been some of the most widespread press we had since the whole minimal explosion with Ricardo, Magda, and I. And it was very important for us to come out with a really different look and feel for the Contact event, so that people, whether they liked it or not, were like, "What's Minus doing?" And that's exactly what it did.
You also changed your setup when you play. You don't use records anymore.
Yeah, that was something that I'd wanted to do for a long time. Get away from turntables and see if I could find a new way to play and a new development in my whole sound and my performance style. And it's been really amazing, really interesting, and really inspiring. And to be honest, it's without this development, we wouldn't be able to do the Contact shows. Because again, with the Contact shows, when you come to one, we're actually communicating now from stage to the people via SMS, via wireless, doing a lot of other things, and playing 5 people and visuals going and things like this. To worry about some things like timing or beat matching between 5 people and sending messages, it's impossible. So, it's always been my belief that if you can automate a task, or if technology comes along and makes something easier, that's great as long as you use that new found time to put your ideas into another creative area. And so the whole Contact event is kind of based upon that. You know, this part is automated now. What else can we do?
Is it correct when I think that this is just an intermediate stage onto something even more complicated, let's say?
I hope it's not any more complicated, but I definitely would agree that this is probably an intermediate stage. And I think the Contact shows are already developing. The next one you'll see and will be slightly different. The technologies, the wireless capabilities, the connectivity is better. So it's a bit of us checking out the next generation of performances and concerts for maybe a Hawtin Plastic Man show or something like that.
Is there a new compilation to follow from the D9 series?
There's a lot of ideas right now, but to be honest, they're all a little bit on hold until we get most of this year out of the way and all the Contact stuff done. But there's conceptually, and there's been some tests on some ideas.
You will be playing at Isle of Techno. Will you be doing the Contact event there?
If I'm honest about that, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like we will be. We have confirmed a special setup, a special visual production, and we're seeing if we can make that, now a Contact event, because it would be great to do it in that type of venue, and with a lot of with a lot of public that could take advantage of the technologies that we're using.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.